Glenn Beck.
All right, here's Michelle Obama's next big idea. She has a new idea to help fight childhood obesity. Are you ready?
Honestly, I don't think I am.
I mean, she tackled school lunches. We know it comes down to a couple of things: exercise and also what you consume.
And also making sure kids throw away their vegetables.
Right.
Kids, make sure you throw away all your vegetables. You're not getting any dessert.
Here's her next big idea to help fight childhood obesity. Walking school bus.
A walking school bus?
A walking school bus.
Is that like some sort of like transformer technology that the bus will walk instead of
no.
go on?
Skip. It is a walking school bus.
I'm not following you.
It's when I first saw this, I thought she meant like the Flintstones.
Okay, that would work too.
No, it's let me explain what this is. According to Michelle Obama and a website that is offered, a walking school bus is a group of children who walk to school.
Isn't that? And correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to be too presumptuous on the first lady. Isn't that just called walking to school?
No. This is kids walking to school.
That's what I just said.
But they're in a group.
Oftentimes that's just a group of people walking to school.
Sometimes they'll have a chaperone, like a parent will walk with them.
Much like a walking bus driver.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So they'll have a walking bus driver.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know in the past, some kids still had a parent walk with them. But that's, as far as I can tell, the only difference between kids walking to school and a walking school bus.
Well, hold on. They have a website for the walking school bus.
That is true. That's another difference there.
And the walking school bus actually costs us a lot of money.
Yeah, that's right. That's that too. Yeah, it's a walking school bus. You can go to walkingschoolbus.org. It's run by the Department of Transportation in conjunction with the Pedestrian and Bicycle Information Center and the Partnership for a Walkable America.
The Partnership for a Walkable America. How many of these nutty organizations are out there?
I know people think I'm making those up, and that is true. You could hear it at the end of a PSA, right? WalkingSchoolBus.org is brought to you by the Department of Transportation, the Pedestrian and Bicycle Information Center, and the Partnership for a Walkable America.
Pedestrian and Bicycle Information Center? How much federal money do they get? I have to know.
A lot of cash.
That is so crazy.
And they built the website as well. Now, Michelle Obama said, I've heard more and more of this kind of walking school bus happening all over the country. She said, so that kids can get exercise on the way to school, kind of like we did when we were growing up. And then she said, that's what we're really trying to do here. It's about people all across the country coming together to take action to support health of our kids. And therefore, we need walking school buses.
Why don't they just encourage people to walk to school? Why are they spending money putting out pamphlets and websites on walking school buses?
See, I remember a couple of years ago when school districts all over America were at the beginning of having school funding problems because so many of us are saying we don't have the money to pay, so you've got to cut back. And the schools went absolutely bonkers. We can't cut back. I was living in Cincinnati, Ohio at the time, and districts all over the place started just throwing a hissy fit. How dare you tell us we have to cut back? And meanwhile, they're teaching in these big grand cathedrals that nobody needs. I mean, Lincoln learned by firelight, and they have these big schools. And they say, we can't possibly cut back. So then they started saying, you know what they were going to cut first? Busing.
Actual school buses?
Right. Not walking school buses. They were going to cut busing. They were going to say, well, now we have to go ahead and stretch out the number of people who walk. So in the past, maybe you lived less than a mile from school. They said that you'd have to walk to school. And they said, well, we're going to have to, because of cutting funding, we're going to have to stretch that to like 3 miles from school or whatever it was, right? This was their effort to punish school districts and or the school district to punish parents. Because they recognize if a parent doesn't want their kid to walk 2 miles to school or 3, that means they had to do it. if I remember right, it was the Lakota School District outside of Cincinnati that my buddy Rich Hoffman was in, and I think they stretched it out, and they had to come up with this whole system of getting parents to drop off their kids one way and pick up another because the additional parents that now were not able to send their kid on the school bus, and they would all be coming at the same time, and it would clog up the system. All of this about busing. Instead of cutting the teachers or the size of the school or any of this other nonsense, they went after busing to punish the parents. Here's the ironic thing. Michelle Obama and President Obama and the other liberal nuts out there were outraged that we would cut and that children would have to walk. I remember the schools going nuts, going, the kids are going to have to walk. It's going to be dangerous for them, but you've tied our hands. And now they're promoting, also with your tax dollars, walking school buses, which is just kids walking to school. Which way is it? Is it good for them? Is it bad for them?
You know, back when I was a kid, I used to have to take the walking school bus uphill to both while I was in the snow.
I'm going to share with you some of the walkingschoolbus.org website next on the Glenn Beck program.
This is Glenn Beck. Get informed, get entertained, get interactive at theblaze.com/TV. Mercury. Glenn Beck.
It's Doc Thompson pinch hitting in the Glenn Beck program. Just got a tweet from Corey, says, does a walking school bus have bulletproof glass for use in Chicago? I think it likely does. Skip and I are coming to you live from the Blaze Studios in New York today, and I just got some very, very, very bad news for us.
What's wrong, man?
They have booked us on a walking flight home. A walking plane.
No.
Yeah, a walking plane at the end of the week.
That's going to be rough.
It's going to be a long time. Stuntbrain just tweeted at us. That's Mike Opalka, Stuntbrain, at Stuntbrain, that he's taking the walking subway home, which, again, that's it's not as bad as the walking plane, but difficult.
And below ground, too, the heat.
It's very hot down there.
Rough down there.
Those tunnels. Emma in Ohio, you're on the Glenn Beck program.
Hi.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm great. I just wanted to know how Michelle Obama thinks that, for example, us kids in Lakota that live on our schools are in these farm fields, and we have no sidewalks. Are we supposed to take our walking school buses on main roads?
And Emma, let me ask you real quick. How old are you? Are you in school?
I'm 16.
Okay, so you're in school. Emma, I think what you'd probably do then is take a walking ATV, so you could take it off road.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably what you'd do. You'd get them together in some sort of off road vehicle, something like that.
Do we use like the arm signals for that, or do those come with turn signals?
Sure, yeah, something like that. You get everybody together, and it's kind of a walking ATV, so you can go into the mud and stuff like that. You know, there's no sidewalks, yeah.
And we use protective gear, or just...
Oh, yeah, it's a government, Emma, of course. What, of course. You may just want
to completely cover everybody in bubble wrap.
Just all the head to toe, Emma, as part of it. I think that's the plan, so... Emma, thanks so much for checking in the Glenn Beck program, and thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate it. All right, we still got a bunch of tweets coming. A lot of people have started FLOTUS ideas. FLOTUS, First Lady of the United States. FLOTUS ideas. You can get to it at Doc Thompson Show or at Skip Lacombe, my producer, and see some of the ones that people have started sending out. Because, I mean, we know walking school bus, this is a stellar idea for the future of America and America's kids. So if you have any other potential ideas for the First Lady, go ahead and tweet at Doc Thompson Show or at Skip Lacombe and use the hashtag FLOTUS Ideas. FLOTUS, all capital, and then ideas, all lowercase, and see what we can come up with. We're going to be with you tomorrow on the Glenn Beck program as well. Then we're pinch hitting for Pat and Stu on Blaze Television on Thursday and Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. Have yourself a great day. Remember, the Doc Thompson Show is a Skip Lacombe production. Sic Semper Tyrannis. Good night, Steve Cannon. Wherever you are. On Young. Now, you go home.
This is Glenn